One of the major event of the fifth year of Hijrah, it is the Battle of Trench. Okay, it is also one of the important battle from the Prophet peace upon him's life in Medina, and one of the major question that is usually asked in the paper in the CI exam that write about the Battle of Trench. It is also known as Khandak. It was fought in 627. Such question could be asked for a 10 mark. Okay, so for writing such type of the answer for such type of question, you have to give a background that what were the causes of this battle, why this battle was fought. In the first paragraph, give the reasons that since several tribes who were living in Medina, like Banu Kanuka, they were exiled after the Battle of Badr. Banu Nazir, they also broke their treaty and their agreement with the Muslims and the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. Since we know that they took active part, one of their famous poet, Ka'b bin Ashraf, he instigated the Meccans to attack Medina. And because of their activities against the Muslims, they also planned to kill the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Fine. And they also planned an attack with the Meccans on the Arab tribes. So this is how, due to this reason, Banu Nazir were also exiled. Banu Nazir, they also went to Makkah. They settled in Khaybar. They also joined their hands with Quraysh. These are the few reasons that why this battle was fought. Quraysh, they decided to prepare a large force, a big force to wipe out the Muslims from Arabia, since they were very much concerned about the growing power and the influence of the Muslims. Okay, one major reason of the Battle of Trench was also that Abu Sufyan has challenged the Muslims at the end of the Battle of Uhud that they will meet again at Badr. Holy Prophet, peace upon him, prepared an army, okay, in the fourth year of Hijrah, in the month of Shawwal, and he went to Badr, and Holy Prophet, peace upon him, waited for the enemies there for some time, but when the enemy did not come, Holy Prophet, peace upon him, returned back. But this gave an impression to the Meccans that Muslims, they are ready to fight, and they are very much powerful. Fine. So the victory in the Battle of Uhud, it also it also encouraged the Quraysh, okay, that they can easily finish the Muslims from Arabia also. They started plotting against the Muslims. Fine. Also, the Jewish tribes, they also went to Makkah. They also joined their hands with the Quraysh. Okay, Jews also, so many of their tribes, they also joined their hands. Like you can mention Banu Ghatafan, okay, the Jewish tribe of Khaybar, Banu Nazir, and several other Arab tribes. They joined their hands, and a large army of 10,000, okay, from different Arab tribes, they gathered, and they were ready to attack Medina. Fine. So this is all about their preparation. Jews, they agreed to give 1 year of their harvest to the Quraysh for their support, as a support, and different groups, different tribes, okay, they uh, all assembled under the leadership of Abu Sufyan. Okay, Quraysh, they were 4,000 in number, and they had a support of 6,000 Jewish tribe and the other tribes. Fine, you can even give the detail that altogether 10,000, out of which 6,000 were the Jewish support and 4,000 were Quraysh. Okay, Holy Prophet, peace upon him, was informed through his uncle Abbas at the time again, who informed him about their planning. Holy Prophet, peace upon him, held a war council, and different suggestions were put forwarded. Finally, on the opinion of Hazrat Salman Farsi, radhiyallahu anhu, it was decided to dig the trench. Salman Farsi, who was a Persian Muslim, and he had an experience. Okay, and it was decided to dig the trench on the. So Medina was safe from three sides on the account of population, and account of the mountains. Okay, and because of their settlement and the oasis, the only side which was vulnerable to attack was north, which was the Syrian front. Okay, Salman Farsi suggested the Holy Prophet, peace upon him, to dig a trench around the city. And this suggestion was accepted. And Holy Prophet, peace upon him, along with his 3,000 supporters participated in digging the trench. Okay, some sources mention that it took them 8 days and nights to dig the trench. Okay, they had made it that much wide that they are unable to cross on their horses. They are unable to climb. Okay, it was very much difficult for them uh, to cross it. Holy Prophet, peace upon him, himself participated in digging the trench. You can give the details, some of the details of this. Okay, this is how the trench was dug, and Muslims they protected themselves from the attack of the enemies. While Muslims they were digging the trench, they faced and they underwent such a great hardship, such difficulty. They were having little food and water. Okay, they starved since they were having shortage of food. The weather and it was very cold during that time. Fine. So Muslims they went through such a great difficulty. One of his companion, Hazrat Jabir Radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he had some food. He sacrificed a goat, and he had few kg of barley, and he prepared food for some people, and he invited the Prophet peace upon him very secretly that he has slaughtered a sheep or a goat, and that could feed a small number of people. But Holy Prophet peace upon him invited, and he gathered his whole army, and this small food got sufficient for the whole army. Okay, approximately 1000 people. Okay, they ate to their fill. ठीक है, उन्होंने पेट भरकर खाना खाया, but even that the food was still at the same place. It was not shortened. It was one of the miracle which the companions of the Prophet peace upon him, they witnessed at that time. Okay, they underwent such a great difficulty. They passed through. The companions complained about their difficulty, and they showed him that they had tied the rocks to their stomach. Okay, and Prophet peace upon him himself showed that he himself had tied two rocks to his stomach so that he would not feel hunger. Fine. The Jewish tribe Banu Qurayza, it was inside Medina, and before the battle, they had promised that they will remain neutral. Okay, they promised that they will not support the enemies and they will remain neutral. But later on, they were convinced with the to help the Quraysh. Fine. Give the details that when the enemies arrived, when the forces arrived, they were surprised with this new strategy. Quraysh tried to cross the trench. Okay, they set their camps outside the trench. Okay, and a couple of riders they also managed to cross a part. Okay, where it was very much narrow. Muslims they had to remain alert all the time. Okay, they were exchange of arrows. Okay, they were showering the arrows and they were hurling stones to one another. And Muslims they had to guard the trench all the time so that they would not be able to cross it. Fine. You can further give the details that a party of them they got successful. Amr bin Abdu, Ikrama, they successfully crossed, and Ali Radhiyallahu Ta'ala anhu fought them off. They challenged the Muslims. Ali Radhiyallahu Ta'ala anhu accepted the challenge. Okay, and Ali Radhiyallahu Ta'ala anhu killed Amr bin Abdu, and rest of them they fled. They went back. Okay, the siege continued for a month. Okay, the siege ran into weeks, and it continued and lasted for a month. And due to the strategic skills of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, that he was successful in breaking their alliance. He created a mistrust amongst these allied forces. Here you can quote some of the verses that Muslims they remain steadfast. Okay, along with the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Several verses of Surah Ahzab could be quoted over here. Try to quote at least 2 to 3 references in your answer over here. And one could be that remember when they came against you from above you and from below you. Okay, and the eyes got dim. Okay, because of fear, the eyes got dim, and the heart reached their throat, and they started having different types of uh, vain imaginations about Allah Almighty, that whether they would be helped, whether they would be will get the victory over their enemies or not. So verse Surah 33, verse number 10 and 11 could be quoted over here as a reference. It talks about the particular situation at the time that when Muslims were attacked from above them and from below them. From above means from the outside, they have been attacked by 10,000 men. And from below them, from inside, that there was a threat of attack from Banu Qurayza. Because Banu Qurayza, they have also joined their hand secretly with the Makkans, with the Quraysh, with the enemies of the Muslims. Fine. Okay. Also, during the battle, Banu Qurayza, the Jewish tribe, who was still in Medina, and the tribe has broken the treaty with the Muslims, and they secretly joined with their hands with the enemies. Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, sent a small army to keep an eye on them, to watch their movement. Clear? How the mistrust was developed? Here you can talk about one of the Prophet's companion, Naim bin Masud, Radiallahu ta'ala anhu, a Muslim from Jewish tribe. Okay, he was a person from Jewish tribe. He accepted Islam during that time, and Quraysh, they were not aware about his Islam. So he offered his services to the Prophet, peace be upon him, that here I am, and I can do whatever you want and whatever you will command me to do. Holy Prophet, peace upon him, said that you are just one person. What you can do, but try to create mistrust. Okay, try to create the mistrust. For war, it is nothing but a strategy. It is nothing but a deceit. War is nothing but a deceit. You can quote it, or you can say that war is nothing but a strategy. Try to break their alliance and to create mistrust between them. Okay, so he shared his plan with the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and he created the mistrust between the two major groups, Quraysh and Jews. The strategy was very successful, and when these allies, they were planning to attack on Muslims, to launch a final attack, because Arabs, they were not habitual of such a long siege. So when they were planning to launch a final attack, they had created a mistrust. Okay, their alliance broke. Okay, and in the meantime, along with that, Allah sent His help. How Allah's help came? Strong winds, a storm. Strong winds started blowing, and it uprooted their tents. It extinguished their fire, and uh, also the fire which was used for cooking the food and keeping them warm. So 3 days, which prevented them from lighting the fire and cooking the food and keeping them warm, in that utter confusion, and because of with the help of Allah Almighty, they decided to retreat. Fine. Here you can also mention that remember the help of Allah, Allah's blessing on you when they came against you, and we have sent down a hurricane, a storm, heavy winds, and forces which you were unable to see. Allah helped Muslims with the storm and also with the forces which they cannot see, means with the help of the angels. Okay, and in that utter confusion, they decided to retreat. They returned back without achieving anything. Banu Qurayza were punished. Holy Prophet, peace upon him, was commanded by Allah Almighty to march towards Qurayza, the settlement of Qurayza. Whenever you are writing about the Battle of Trench, also write a paragraph about about the outcome and what happened to Banu Qurayza. Since they broke their alliance and they rebelled against the Muslims and they supported the allies, so Holy Prophet, peace upon him, after the defeat of the um, Quraysh in the Battle of Trench, Holy Prophet, peace upon him, marched towards Qurayza. He laid siege to it, and finally they gave up on the condition that they would accept the decision of Saad bin Muaz, who was their former ally. Okay, Saad bin Muaz was given a chance to decide their fate. Saad applied the Jewish law of the Old Testament. They were dealt according to their own laws, since they were Jews, and according to the Charter of Medina, it was decided that the Jews would be treated according to their own laws. Muslim laws would not be implemented on them. So, according to their law, because of their activity, according to their law, their men were killed. It was decided their men would be killed and their women and children would be taken as captives, and their land would be distributed amongst the Muslims. Fine. Prophet peace upon him praised Sa'd bin Muaz that you decided according to the decision of Allah Almighty up in the seven heavens. Your decision is exactly same what Allah has decided up in the seven heavens. Okay, and accordingly this law was applied, and men of Banu Khuza, Banu Qurayza were killed, and their women and children were taken as captives and sold in the market. Fine. That's all about the Battle of Trench. Okay, that you have to write in detail about the causes, the major events. This was the last attempt by the Makkans to attack on Muslims. Later on, Muslims they uh, they attacked. They were offensive. Up till that time, Muslims they were defending their city. Again, we can learn a lot of lessons from this battle. Okay, again the lesson of consultation and the lesson of steadfastness and courage, determination can help them get the victory. And again, there is also a lesson that different strategies could be applied, like Prophet peace upon him applied a strategy of creating a mistrust between the alliances. Okay, fine. This is how a number of lessons that Muslim leaders can learn, that Muslims can learn from this battle, and that can be applied in our daily life also. So that was all about the Battle of Trench that took place in the fifth year of Hijrah, 5 AH.